We can't let fear keep us small. We have to be brave to be big. It's arguable between fear and laziness, but fear is one of the biggest factors that keeps us from being our better self, the person that we want to be. Fear keeps us from speaking to that cute girl that sat alone reading a book. Fear keeps us from choosing the subject that we really want to do rather than what we feel like we're obliged to do. It keeps us from taking that sale chance, from trying something new in our business, in our approach of things. It keeps us from doing the hard things, such as taking cold showers in the morning or going to the gym, or choosing the right diet for ourselves. One of the better ways for men to develop themselves and to grow is to place themselves outside of their comfort zone and challenge themselves. We see this happening all the time. You and your friends say, oh, I bet you won't do this, I bet you won't do that. And that's how we naturally incline ourselves in the first place. Because we understand that for us to grow, we need to have that challenge to ask ourselves whether we actually can or cannot do something. And then, upon the wonder, act upon it and try to do it. And there's three types of practical men. There's the ones that never challenge themselves and never explore what they're capable of doing. There are those that challenge themselves a little too much and life ends up being overbearingly for them, and then they end up injured or burned out, and they have to undergo another healing period and process under which the time that's going to take them to heal, all of their progress or whatever they did would have reset and they would have to start from scratch again. The first two men I've described are men that are prisoners to themselves. The first man is a man that knows he is not manifesting his masculine gift to the world, and all that he's doing is being taken by life, moment by moment, without meaning, like the wind takes the clouds. And the second man doesn't feel life or the moment as it goes by him. He walks under a heavy rain, unable to notice his own body weight, and his eyes are dead or drunk by his own craziness. He is, as we say, doing too much, but this time in a natural meaning. He is doing too much. He isn't developing himself, he's just torturing himself. Then there is the third man. The third man is sailing a fierce storm with his little sailboat. His laughter echoes through the horizon, and he's got an open posture and an open heart. He is uncomfortable and he likes a challenge, and though he's uncomfortable, he understands that he's going to be able to overcome it. Because he started off at a gentle little pool, then he went to a gentle sea, and now he's sailing the storm. He's done it little by little and worked his way up the challenge ladder. This man knows his comfort zone and he steps outside of it while holding on to his deepest purpose. He stretches the circle of his comfort and enlarges it with time. This man lives with an open heart, even when it hurts. I'm facing fears of mine every single day. Whether it is taking a cold shower in the freezing cold winter, or whether it is dealing with my tenants and the stressful situation of moving out the house and having no time because I have to balance my hobbies and my work and everything else, or whether it is challenging myself to a PR at the gym, or doing another round of sparring even though I'm fully exhausted. You may be able to pinpoint in your own life some things that make you nervous or uncomfortable that you do each day or every few days that you choose to do on your own. This could be something like going to the gym. Right, this is uncomfortable, you don't really want to do it, but you still do it. Or withstanding an eating craving, or a drug craving even for that matter. Choose not to buy chocolate, for example. You choose to go to a different aisle. You choose to buy fruits instead. And these are good things, and there may be things that you also want to challenge yourself with, but you don't dare to do. I went out yesterday to climb a tree with a friend and stuff. And I've resurfaced a video recently, which I've been using for my videos, of me when I was 16 trying a front flip with some friends. And I've been thinking about that video and I've really been meaning to try it again. I've been thinking about it for actually years, even before I resurfaced this video. But I was a little bit scared, even though the action of doing the front flip and failing it excited me. I was scared of actually going ahead and trying it. But as I was climbing trees with my friend and I was feeling light, the sun was out, I thought to myself, alright, I'm going to do it. So I go to do it. The first go obviously takes me a little while because I'm thinking about it. I end up doing it and I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice. And I go to do it again because I think, alright, that was actually not too bad. So I go to try a second time. And then the second time I actually landed pretty well. But then I go to land it a third time, or to try it a third time, not land it. It felt almost as if I exhausted all of my willpower and I pussied out on the third time. But I was satisfied. Instead of overwhelming myself, I challenged myself and I did something that I've been wanting to do. And I did it a couple of times actually. But then on the third time I was like, no, that's it. Funnily enough, afterward, without recording, we started just blasting them and we kept doing loads and loads. But on camera, I got scared on the third one and I just didn't do it again. I didn't want to be like man 2 and force it upon myself to carry on and, you know, push myself beyond my safe boundaries, if you like. I thought, okay, I've done it, I've actually tried it, I've overcome the man 1 phase where he doesn't even challenge himself. I'm happy and I challenged myself enough. It's not about actually succeeding in the action that you want to challenge yourself with, but it's about taking a leap of faith and actually trying it. I've developed one more practice to overcome my fears, which I'm going to share right now, which is, for some back context, I was already taking cold showers, strictly only cold showers, since September. I've got it written down there, that's what I'm looking up. But I had a little incident at the gym and during sparring I got my eardrum perforated. And what happens when you're healing from this is that you can't get any water inside, so I couldn't swim, go to the sauna or take showers unprotected. I had to put like some Vaseline and then some cotton, but because it was so long an effort, I just did my head first and then my body. But because this process was quite slow and I didn't really have the time for it, like I did for cold showers that I was taking, I stopped taking my ritual morning cold showers. Every time I hopped on a shower it was still cold, but I wasn't taking cold showers every morning, which was a big thing into me becoming a more disciplined version of myself. 8 weeks went by and I was a little bit lethargic about the idea of starting to take cold showers again. I knew that it was coming and that I had to do it. A friend calls me, a friend I haven't spoken to in a few months, and he tells me about how he's been taking cold showers in the morning to wake up and at night to cool down. As I was telling him that I took a break from my own cold showers, and it challenged me, and he didn't try to make it like, oh, it's fine, you've been injured or whatever. He was just like, oh yeah, no, you gotta get back on it. So under that challenge I was like, yeah, I can watch me. He called me at night, so the next morning I was dedicated to getting into that cold shower. No matter what, I was going to take it. And there's something that I did when I was in front of that temperature gauge and I was switching it to cold. So this is one final practice for fears of this kind specifically. And I'd say it comes from a mixture of stoic as well as nihilistic philosophies, the whole process I'm going to talk you through now. I'm going to give you the example that I did upon myself and you can translate it to any other thing. So as I was getting ready to let the water hit me and I was standing naked in front of it, I thought, I'm scared of cold water touching my skin. Bruh. I simplified it. I made it as simple as it really is. I'm scared about cold water hitting my skin. Now that sounds really soft and really weak. So I had to say it out loud to myself so that I realized what was keeping me back and making me doubt myself and standing 5 minutes dancing around like, oh. But I didn't stop there, I carried on. This cold water is uncomfortable. It sucks. There is nobody watching me doing this. I am doing this for nobody and nobody is making me do this. This is so uncomfortable. I accepted the fear, and after I accepted everything that I was feeling and I said it out loud and I broke it down in such a simple manner, I thought, this water is an opportunity for me to grow. This water is a challenge for me. It's a challenge that I've self-built in my head. It's a challenge, it's something that I find difficult, something that I want to do, something that I know is also beneficial, but above all the benefits, I want to do something uncomfortable first thing in the morning. This is a chance for me to grow. I blasted the water. When it's a cold jet, I don't know if it's just normal, but when it's a cold jet, it comes out a lot stronger. Started blasting on my skin and I had a smile. I was like, wah, making weird noises because I don't know, that's what cold water does to me. And use connotations of this kind to take that first step, you know, and to actually go and get it underneath that cold water or to get to the gym or whatever it is. This will rewire your brain into doing these hard and difficult things. Strive to be 1% better every day. Much love.